Warning: the following video will contain spoilers for the My Hero Academia manga, the ending, and stuff that has not been in the anime yet. So if you do not want to be spoiled about the anime or the manga ending, please click off now. Other than that, I hope you enjoy. Well guys, here it is. The day has come. The end of an era. The end of My Hero Academia has come. And I want to start off by saying, first and foremost, thank you, Kohei Horikoshi. Thank you for making such an amazing series that is near and dear to my heart. And thank you for making such an iconic series in the anime community and manga community. Thank you. I hope you enjoy your rest, and I hope you enjoy the break you deserve. Whether you love it or hate it, My Hero Academia is very iconic now in the anime community and manga community. In my opinion, I think it's just as iconic as Dragon Ball, Jujutsu Kaisen, One Piece, Attack on Titan, Bleach, Naruto. I believe it's as iconic as all those. Whether you want to admit it or not, I believe it is. And I get that it's not everyone's cup of tea, and I totally understand that. And that's the beauty about like anime and mangas in general, is that art is subjective, and anime and manga is art, and it's very subjective. And there's no sugarcoating that, My Hero's not everyone's cup of tea, Dragon Ball's not everyone's cup of tea, Jujutsu Kaisen's not everyone's cup of tea, Naruto's not everyone's cup of tea, etc, etc. I've said this before and I'll say it again. My Hero Academia is my favorite anime/manga of all time, and it's no secret. It really is no secret, and I'm proud to admit that it is. It really is my favorite anime of all time. It has great characters, a great story, and now we're gonna talk about the ending. Now, I'd be lying if I said I was prepared for this, but I have no script in front of me. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna say. I'm just freeballing it right now. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna say in this shit. So whatever I say is what you get. I just thought, what better way to show you my honest self, and I just want to be my honest self and give you my raw and honest opinion on it. But enough dilly-dally. Let's just get right into the meat of the video. Now, what do I think of the My Hero Academia ending? Me personally, I thought it was a great ending. I thought it was a great send-off to the series, and you know what? I want to elaborate on that more. So, in the beginning of this chapter, Deku is he's writing in his journal. We see him saying all people are not created equal, and we see him all grown up now as a teacher at UA. And I thought that was pretty cool when I saw that. I'm like, that's fucking cool. All Might was a teacher and he was a hero. Aizawa was a hero and a teacher. Midnight was a hero and a teacher. And now Deku is a hero and a teacher. And I'm like, that's pretty cool to do. And not only that, we also get an appearance from Koda, who is one of his students, which is pretty fucking cool. I was like, oh my god, that's Koda. That's fucking sick, And then Deku goes on to say how he felt everyone's support and hopes and prayers, and even now that they're still encouraging him. And he was hardly cut out for the dream that he held, but it came true, anyway. And the tale that began when his body took action before he could think, comes to an end, along with the embers of One for All. And it shows all the manga panel shows like everything that's happening, post-war and all that, and the embers, of One for All fading away, just like All Might. And then we get to a time skip where we see a kid named Dai, who we saw in the beginning before the war arc started, the first war arc, season 6, and how he talks about where Deku is still a well-known hero, and everyone wanted to be him, wanted to be like Deku, Bakugo, Todoroki, All Might, Endeavor, Best Genius. So Deku still made a name for himself, you know. That's what it tells me, that he is a very well-known hero. Everyone looks up to him, and he still has a, you know, he's still really well known. And then after that, we get to see a bunch of characters, you know, grown up, Tentacles winning Nobel Peace Prizes. And then Ochako made this court counseling court counseling program, which I'm assuming is something like to help people expand on their quirks, like how she did with the Toga Twice fight that is about to come up in the anime, you know, where she used her quirk and it spread around all around, you know, her, and it floated all the Toga Twice's clones. And, you know, I think it also represents, you know, how Deku, you know, expanded on his quirks. You know, he got multiple quirks and all that. So I think she wants to help out with that and help other people expand on their quirks and shit. And then we get an appearance from Bakugo, and Aizawa was showing Deku on the phone that Bakugo is going to drop in the ranks again. And then we get Deku saying that even though he might be quirkless, if he can use what he experienced to help others get to their dream, then that's pretty cool in his eyes. And in my opinion, I think that's cool too. Being a hero doesn't necessarily mean punching bad guys, defeating villains, whatever. It just means helping out. Being a hero means helping out. And that's exactly what they're doing. And then we get another manga panel saying, you know, how, you know, ever since they became adults and started working, it's been hard to like get together and meet up, which, you know, is honestly, you know, it's like, damn, you know, that's true. That's like how life is, and, you know, in the real world, you know, when people get jobs, it's really hard, and start working and become adults, it's really hard to like get together with your friends and stuff, you know. And I'm like, wow, this is like really, you know, deep. And then Deku runs into the kid that we talked about earlier, Dai, and Dai was like, you know, oh my god, Deku, you're a real person, you know, showing that he's a very well-known hero still, you know, because he saved the fucking world from Shigaraki. Had he not, you know, defeated Shigaraki, who knows what the world would have become, you know. And Dai is looking discouraged, coming to the All Might statue, asking it if he can become a hero. And, you know, Deku reminisced, you know, what he said to All Might, you know, can I become a hero like you? And Deku goes on to give him encouragement about his quirk and saying, you know, you can be a hero too, you know, do your best, kid. And after that, he's like, you know, let me read it actually, just so I don't misquote anything, alright? He said, I'd be lying if I claimed I didn't miss it at all. But as long as I can inspire and encourage others, then I'd say this is still the tale of how we became great heroes. And I'm like, wow, that's actually really cool, you know? And a lot of people are saying, you know, how, you know, oh, Deku didn't become the #1 hero, you know? I don't, you know, in the beginning, he never said that he became the #1 hero. He just said, you know, he became the world's greatest hero. He never said, you know, the #1, you know. He's like, you know, he saved the world from Shigaraki and All For One, you know? Like, had he not stopped them, the world would probably have gone to shit, you know, and probably, you know, the villains would have won, the villain takeover and all that. So he became the world's greatest hero because, you know, the chapter previous to this ending chapter, there was the old lady that comforted that little kid, just like how she was reminiscing about Shigaraki when he was little, because that was the same person that abandoned Shigaraki. She was like, you know, Deku showed society that we can't just sit back and do nothing, you know. And it just goes to show that, you know, Deku did become the world's greatest hero because he stopped the greatest evil in the world, you know. And that's why he's still very well known to that day and how everyone wants to be him, you know. So he did become the greatest hero. And then after that, it shows My Hero Academia, the end. But it's not really the end, because All Might then goes on to grab the end part and crushes it and proceeds to say, you know, he has a gift for Deku. And All Might goes on to say, you know, First of All Might is looking old, man. He's old now, you know. It's old Might, you know. But yeah, All Might goes on to say that the battle between him and All For One have, from 8 years ago, the data from that have opened a bunch of new possibilities with quirks evolving and technology improving. You know, there's a lot of doors that are opening right now. And he holds out a briefcase and says, you know, you've mastered using multiple quirks, you know, at once. So I want you out there, you know, doing hero work, giving us the data now, with everything evolving and expanding now. And then Deku's like, you know, he can't accept the gift because it looks very expensive. And then All Might goes on to say, you know, my overseas friend and young Hatsume came together to create this. And the project was funded by your old chums from Class A, led by Bakugo. Don't try and hide it. Your body still has a way of leaping into action, right? Take this to heart, kid. You've also earned this power, fair and square. And then after that, we see Bakugo, and he says, come on, Deku. And then after that, we see a little bit of Hawks saying, you know, let me quote it again. It says, more time to kill than ever, I wonder. And then he calls the dispatch saying, traffic's all backed up because of a landslide on Warstar Road, requesting heroes who can respond. And then we get a little like ghost of Shigaraki looking up and Deku looking over his shoulder. And then, boom! All of them in their hero costumes getting back into the fray with everyone grown up and everyone together. And after I saw that, I was like, holy shit. They all got back together and are back in action, back into the fray. And, you know, in my opinion, I was like, holy shit, this is awesome, you know. It just goes to show how much, you know, Class A really cared about him, and how, you know, Bakugo especially cared about him since they've been childhood friends. You know, it shows that they really cared and wanted Deku back into the fray and do hero work with them. So they decided to come together, give him a new suit, which looks fucking awesome, by the way, and was like, you know, come on. You know, with Bakugo saying, come on, Deku, and, you know, with all of them as pro heroes back into the fray. I thought that was pretty fucking sick. So yeah, in my opinion, I loved the ending. I thought it was a good send-off to the series. And, you know, a little side note, by the way. There is supposed to be an announcement on August 5th about a secret project they've been working on for My Hero Academia. By the time you're watching this video, the announcement is probably already out. But, yeah, what I'm hoping for, because this is pre-announcement, I'm hoping for two things. Number one, I'm hoping for a new My Hero game. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Once Justice. The Battle Royale game is cool. But other than that, all we have is the two app games. Here in the US, at least. We got two, you know, mobile games. We have a Battle Royale game, and then two, you know, arena fighters. And don't get me wrong, I love Once Justice, so if they make a Once Justice 3, they can add a bunch of more shit, because, you know, the second game ended midway through Season 4. So they can add a bunch of new shit, which is cool in my book. That's fine if you give me that. But what I want the most is an open world My Hero game. Kind of like Kakarot, where you go through the story. Or you could just make it an original story with all the other characters. That's fine with me too, as long as it's like an open world My Hero game. Either that, or I want a game like Dragon Ball FighterZ, but, you know, for My Hero, and I feel like that would be really, really cool in my opinion. That's number one. Number two, I want, I guess, kind of like a spin-off / sequel manga, where we see them do stuff as adults, you know, like heroing as adults. You know, kind of like team up missions, but, you know, with them as adults. I feel like that would be pretty cool. but we don't know what it is yet. But they did leave a little comment where it says there will be a huge announcement news. There will be a huge My Hero Academia news out at August 5th at 6 p.m. JST via Twitter, covering some large-scale projects. There is also a lot to look forward to for the series still, with the caption, "Deku and the others are unstoppable. Although the My Hero Academia manga is ending, Deku and the heroes are far from finished. Stay tuned for a huge punch of what's to come next." That's what the magazine said. The magazine literally says, you know, they're far from done with Deku and the heroes. So I'm hoping it's either like a sequel manga or something like, you know, a game or some, you know, I don't know. We gotta see what that announcement is. You know, I don't know what it is. But obviously, by the time this video is out, the announcement's already there. But yeah, that was my honest opinion on the ending. I really did like it. I've been seeing a lot of people on Twitter who are divided. You know, a lot of people are divided on Twitter, saying there's a lot of people that are saying, you know, that they love the ending. There's some people saying that they didn't like the ending, and you know, that's fine. To each their own opinion. You know, I'm not gonna tell you what you can and can't say. Obviously, everyone has their own opinion. Like I said, anime and manga are subjective. Art is subjective. You know, all I care about right now is, you know, my opinion on the ending, and all I know is that I love the ending. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you what you can and can't say. It's your opinion. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. You're not going to lose sleep over it. That's totally fine. I get it. But yeah, I also wanted to say that there were a lot of people, like a lot of mangaka artists saying, you know, showing their appreciation towards My Hero and, you know, congratulating Horikoshi on it. Like, the creator of One Piece is paying homage to My Hero Academia in the next weekly shonen magazine, and I thought that was pretty fucking sick. And because, you know, Peak is recognizing Peak. The creator of Jujutsu Kaisen was like, you know, he flat out said, you know, without My Hero Academia there would be no JJK. And in my opinion, I was like, when I read that, I was like, holy shit. You know, it just goes to show how impactful My Hero Academia really was. Whether you love it or hate it, it was a very impactful series, you know? And I get it. A lot of people are gonna, you know, hate it. A lot of people are gonna love it. That's totally fine. But there's no denying that it was an impactful series, you know? It was an impactful project. It was an impactful project. Because it inspired others, you know, as heroes do. To see what I'm doing, you know, I'm not prepared. I got no script, like I said, you know, but it was very impactful, and it inspired other mangakas, Jujutsu Kaisen especially. Even the creator himself said that, and I was like, damn, that's pretty fucking cool if you ask me. And then the creator of One Piece was also giving like a little, like, you know, congratulations towards Horikoshi, and saying, you know, how he can play Pokemon Go all he wants now and take a long break, you know. He can play Pokemon Go for as long as he wants now. And, you know, 10 years is a long time. He's been working on this series for 10 years, so he deserves as long as he wants. He deserves to go on break as long as he wants. And I thought reading those, like, homages towards Horikoshi, I thought that was pretty fucking cool. And yeah, I think that's gonna do it. I just wanted to come on here, give you guys my raw and honest reaction about the ending of My Hero. And you know, I wasn't prepared. I didn't have a script or anything, you know. I just fucking freeballed it, you know. But I thought, you know, what better way than just to be me, you know, showing my love for the series, you know, and my continuation of the love for the series. I will never stop loving this series, and it will always have a special place in my heart. And I also just wanted to say, you know, again, whether you love it or hate it, My Hero Academia is an iconic series. It's an iconic series that has inspired other mangakas to create and tell their own stories with their own characters, and it's a very impactful series. Now, before I close out this video, just wanted to give one more, thank you to Horikoshi for making such an amazing series with amazing characters, iconic characters now. And I hope, in the future, to those who, don't like the series right now, I hope people in the future can come back to it and see how great of a series it really actually is, however long that'll take, I hope it comes, no matter how long it takes. I want people to come back and see how great of a series it actually is, That's what I'm wishing for, I want people to come back to it. To those who don't like it now, I hope you guys can give it a second chance in the future and come back to it and see how great of a series it really is. And before I end the video, I would like to give one more thanks to Kohei Horikoshi. Thank you, Horikoshi, for making such an iconic series, and I cannot wait to see what you do next in the manga community and the anime community. Can't wait to see your next work, and I hope you enjoy the break you deserve, and I look forward to seeing your next work. So thank you, Horikoshi. And I think that's gonna do it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm sorry I've been gone. I had to deal with some stuff behind the scenes, but everything's fine now. Everything's a-okay. I'm back now, and I thought what better way to come back and then to talk about a series that has ended that I love so much. Just be me, give you my raw and honest reaction. No script, no nada, no preparation. Just me, raw and honest. And let me know what you guys think about My Hero Academia in general in the comments, and what you thought about the ending if you have read it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!